switch it off.
Let's follow this one.
חבר'ה, זה הזמן לעשות בדיקת תקשורת, מי שרוצה. יש כאן קופסה להתחבר. איך אתה מקבל? נקי? בסדר?
Press, please leave the houses and come down. We're about to start. And we've asked you numerous times, please do not enter the houses. Press, please come down. Please exit the house. I repeat, press, please leave the house. Excuse me, photographer, please leave the house. A photographer who's inside the house, please come down right now. Please do not enter the houses. I repeat, please do not enter the houses.
שם גרם מדרגות שהם פשוט הרשו לעצמם. גרם מדרגות שהם פשוט מרשים לעצמם.
אבל אתה אף פעם לא יודע איך הוא יסתיים. הייתי שם 50 ימים בתנאים לא תנאים. לא חיים. פחד לא נורמלי, כל יום שם גנו. ולאט לאט זה מדרדר ומדרדר ומדרדר, כי מים אין חשמל.
אז שמישהו ייקח לי את הפרסום.
החמצן בתעלות הולך ועוזרי ליאור.
רגע, no, please, 5 לא. Press, please step back. We're about to start. Please step back. Please step back. Please respect the families. Please step back. And to cooperate. Please step back. Please do not enter the houses. Please respect the families. Please step back. Please, can you go to the road? Please leave the grass area and go to the road. Everybody, please step back, go to the road. Press, I ask you. אוי, סליחה.
ליאת, בואי את למיקרופון קדימה שאני יכולה להמשיך.
רגע, שנייה, אני צריכה את נמרוד. Guys, please leave the grass right now. All the photographers and all the video equipment can stay in the first row. The rest I ask to please step back.
רוצה לקרוא.
זה של ליאת. תהיה במרחק שהוא... זה שלי. כן, אם אתה לא צריך את של ליאת חיים שלי. אני רק צריכה לדאוג למה שביקשתי. מישהו יודע להגיד לי איפה נמרוד בפעם הראשונה? עשרות אנשי צוות יש לי פה. מה צריכה מלמרוד? יופי. שאלה שנייה, גלי. דבר שני שאני צריכה זה שהסעיף לי אני לא מדברת על הרקע. אי אפשר לבוא יש לנו לא אגיד מה. אפשר בבקשה. יופי, שישאיר לי
איפה אתם רוצים לפרוס את הכיסאות?
אני אנסה נו.
איפה לפרוס?
זה באוטו. אם אני יכולות לשבת זה מעולה. לא, לא כאן.
איפה את רוצה שמישהו? שם?
כן.
תוודאו איפה יש ותגידו לכולם.
איפה ילין? איפה ילין? אור ילין.
רגע, המיגונית פה משמאל.
אני חושבת שכן. אור כולם כאן?
המיגונית היא שם, אוקיי? במידה ויש, כולנו נעלה.
לא, כולם משווים על
ענבל מיד תגיד להם. איפה ענבל?
שאין שם מקום לכולם.
ענבלי בואי.
אם תהיה אזעקה כולם נשכב.
יש פה יותר מדי אנשים, תעמדים על המיקרופון. חברים, זוזו טיפה, תנו לי. לא מאחורי, לא מאחורי.
כי איך נפות את השם שלנו?
שם יהיה אזעקה, שכל מי שלא במסיבת עיתונאים.
לא צריך, צריך 4.
תגידי שאין תהיה אזעקה.
תכף יגידו. חברים, אפשר להתרחק שנייה?
אני מביאה תודה. מה צריכה אותנו? בצד, שרק תראי אותנו בקשר עין?
כן, רגע, ענבל. את אומרת עכשיו על ההזקה שיש מיגונית פה, את יודעת את זה?
יש מיגונית פה?
איפה ילין?
לא שווה לעשות פה.
אז מה כן? לשכב? בבקשה בוא תן רק את זה.
שוכבים בצד ושמים את הידיים על הראש.
בוא תן הנחיה.
אתם
תן
רציתם
רק
אתם,
הנחיה.
אין לי בעיה.
רק את ההנחיה. רק את ההנחיה.
אין בעיה, תגידו לי מתי. זה כבר עובד? Hello everyone. Just for an important notice, if there is a צבע אדום alarm that you will hear, it's just 5 seconds that we have a time to go to the shelter, so there is no a shelter that it's less than 20 seconds run. So what we are doing, we just laying down the floor and we put our hands above our head. That's all. But it's important to know that in the last week wasn't in here an alarm, so we are safe.
אז בואו שכל אחד ייקח כיסא אחד שמאלה.
יש עוד משהו שצריכים ממני פה? אני פה איתכם, אני לא רוצה מישהו.
אתה שומע אותי?
רק תגידו לאלה שהיא מדברת בבית שלה כי היא לא יודעת. אין בעיה. בבית פה, אצלה אנחנו כמעט מסיימים, אנחנו מסיימים אצל קידה, ראיתי שם עכשיו. ואנחנו נאמרים, יוסי שרבי זה מול בת תרבות. אז זה יהיה איזה.
בבקשה תציגי קודם את עצמך. בסדר?
תגידי להם שוב. Thank you for your support.
כן, כל אחד עולה. יאללה, יעלו לפה. תנו לי רק דקה. שקיות, וזה.
אז היא צריכה עוד דקה.
אין בעיה, כן, כן. לא, זה מעולה. אני אעמוד פה עכשיו בראש שלי מה אני עומדת להגיד וגם קצת. בשלי. אתה רוצה להגיד רגע את ההנחיות, אמרת?
אמרתי.
סבבה. אני תיאמת עם כולם?
הכל בסדר, צריך להילחץ, הכל רגוע, הכל מתואם, הכל סדור.
כן, לגמרי.
רק אלה יודעת שהיא מדברת, אני עכשיו תיאמתי עם אלעד, בסדר.
בסדר גמור.
תהיה קצת הלכה, אבל הם יהיו בסדר.
כן. מקסימום רשם. כמה דקות מתחילים? We will start in few minutes.
בעצם כשאנחנו מסיימים, אני אתן פה כמה מילים על מה שקרה פה, ואז אני אגיד לכולם על ה... ברור, אני אמרתי להם הכל.
כאילו מבחינתם הם יכולים לדבר שם המון זמן, תאבין, כאילו, השאלה היא בבית שלי, לא, של מירה, שזה פה הדלת השנייה שסופה בחמה
פשוט שתדברו מפה.
שדברו מבחוץ, ואז מי שהכתבים רוצים, נראה לי שזה יהיה כאילו כחלק מלהתחיל את הסיור, לא כהצהרה, הבנת? כאילו זה ה-first point.
אני חושב שזה עדיף שזה יחוף.
טוב,
זה לבלבל אותם.
בוא נזרום כשאתה עולה, כאילו,
אני עולה פה, ואז בואי נדבר רגע עם ניר.
תגיד לה מה אני מעדיפה, אני חושבת ש...
טוב, בא לי.
אפשר?
אפשר רק טלפונים על שקט גם תבקשי מכולם?
כן. Please put your phone on a quiet mood. We will start in 2 minutes.
תתחילי, תדבר פה.
סבבה. כן. Hi. Please be quiet. Hi. וואו, זה גבוה. Please be quiet. Thank you. We will start. Hi, my name is Inbal from the international media team on the Families Hostages Family Forum. First of all, I want to say thank you to all of you that you come. It's very important to us. It's very important to the families. It's been 75 days since October 7, 2.5 months that innocent people held hostages by terror organization in Gaza. We came here today to see, to hear, and not forget everything that happened there, and to do everything to bring them home. I would like to invite Liat Belsomer. She is the international spokeswoman and the head of the international media team to guide the event. Since the first day, she with us.
Hi, everybody. Not working? You hear me? Okay. 75 days ago, this place was heaven. It was paradise. Now we are standing in the middle of hell. For 75 days, Hamas is still holding our loved ones in Gaza. We stand here in בארי, where babies, children, women and men were brutally kidnapped from their home. The testimonies of the hostages who came back leave no room for doubt. Every day, every minute, is danger to their lives. As the fighting continues, Israel must lay out a new deal for the release of the hostages and harness international support to move forward. 130 coffins are not victory. The hostages are alive and must be kept alive. They have no time. We ask you to take action, to do everything you can to help us bring them back home, now, alive. We have no time. The hostages' time is running out. The speakers today, Ella Ben-Ami, daughter of Raz, who was released from Hamas captivity, and Noad, who is still held in Hamas in Gaza. Elad Kedar, son of Ofra Kedar, who was murdered by Hamas in captivity. Nira Sharabi, wife of Yossi Sharabi, who was kidnapped together with Ofir Engel and Eli Sharabi from their homes in בארי. Ofir Engel, 18 years old, who was kidnapped from his girlfriend's house and is here with us today. Ella?
Hi everyone. So I did this many times and this time is different for me and this is why I'm so nervous. This time I'm standing here in my house, Kibbutz בארי, in the place that was heaven for me. And since the 7th of October, I don't know him anymore. This place became hell to me. This place became the place where my dad was taken from, where my mom was taken from. I'm standing here now in these clothes, barefoot, because my dad was kidnapped from our home when he was in boxers and barefoot in his underwear. Because as you see here, it's a normal houses. We are in our kibbutz, our place. And he was in bed in the morning, and they just came into my home and took him from bed with his PJ. And the fact that I'm so important to wear these clothes is just because I don't know if he has now new clothes or if he's freezing. And when the nights go down here, it's really cold. And I don't care if I'm cold because my dad is colder, and this is the point I'm trying to make here. We don't know in what condition my dad is now. And every day when the new hostages and the exchange, the hostages that will come back, every day they are telling new stories and hard stories and a lot of testimonies that it's really hard to hear. And since they have come back, everything just became worse because now we understand what is really going on over there. My mom came back 2 weeks ago after 54 days in captivity of Hamas. When she came back, she saw us, and she said she never believed she would see us again because when she got out of this kibbutz, she saw so many people come in from Gaza, and she just believed that we are dead. So think about it, that my mom was in captivity 54 days with no knowledge if she is coming back to a place that she has family in it. And now my dad, I think, is the same. My mom came back from the lowest point of her life as a hostage in the captivity of Gaza to be a wife of a hostage in the captivity of Gaza. So she is another lowest point in her life. She doesn't have time to deal with her own trauma because she's just fighting over dad now. And the last week was so hard because every day we are seeing new corpses of hostages that were murdered inside the captivity of Gaza, of Hamas. And we are living now like a Russian roulette. We are wake up every morning with no knowledge of what they will bring to us. We don't know for what news we will wake up. You see my dad's face. He's a handsome man, he have good eyes, he have good smile, and I miss his smile. And the Hamas, the terrorists of Hamas, can just wake up in the morning, see him, and decide that they don't like it anymore, and just kill them. My dad are defenseless now. He have no weapon, no gun, no self-defense of any kind. And I'm just so afraid. I'm afraid that my dad wouldn't come back to this. And my mom came back to this, and she can't be here. She doesn't want to come to בארי. And just for understanding, בארי is her home. She was born here. And she's so afraid of coming back here. Because it's not our home now, it's a hell. It's the place that became hell for us. From a little piece of a heaven, as you can see, so green here, so nice. But you see that it's green and then this. So it's a piece of hell now. And I'm so afraid that my dad wouldn't come back alive to hug me, to teach me how to live my life. I'm just 23 years old girl. I don't have home. I don't have parents. I became used to say that I don't have parents, but my mom is come back, but she is not a normal mom right now, so I don't have parents. And we just went out of a fight of bringing our parents home, and it's so absurd. And I'm just asking, the time is running out. We don't have time anymore. We keep seeing that Hamas murdering hostages inside Gaza. We can't let them go. I can't give them up. I can't. I need my dad. I need him alive, and I need him now. So please, whoever with me in the world, speak up for us. Stand up with us. I may look strong because I'm standing here, but I can't do this alone. I can't bring my dad home alone. We can't bring all the hostages home alone. We can't do it. Please help us whenever you are. Take a poster. Just walk with us on the street. Put the shirt. Just be with us. Just give us support. We need it so much. I'm asking you, I'm begging you. Please help me to bring my dad home alive now. Now. Thank you.
Thank you, Ella. Elad?
Hi, thank you. Until the 6th of October, this place was heaven. It was like heaven. Green grass, flowers, birds, children running, playing, with no worries. But on the 7th of October, this place turned into hell. Hell, as you can see behind us. My horror started at 5 a.m. in the morning when my mother, Ofra, went out for jogging. Went out for jogging and never came back. My sister has special needs. She's 41 with special needs. She was left alone at the house, and Hamas burned the house when she was inside. I was able to talk to her in that morning, and after some time I lost communication with her. 2 days later, I got a call from the hospital saying she will be okay. I was in the safe room with my children for 19 hours, and somehow we managed to survive. My father was murdered in that morning, on that Saturday. And all of us didn't know what happened to my mother. Until two weeks ago, we were told that she was murdered in Gaza by Hamas. Please, bring them all now.
Thank you, Elad. Nira?
Sharabi. Hello to everybody. My name is Nira, and usually I'm speaking without reading what I'm writing, but for now I just want to explain a little bit what's happened. My husband Yossi, this one here, the gorgeous one, and another gorgeous one, but this is my brother-in-law. They were kidnapped on the 7th of October in front of my eyes, in front of my 3 girls' eyes, and I saw Ophir, the boyfriend of my daughter Yuval, kidnapped too, and another teenager. And I want to read something because I think it's going to be the best way to explain what I feel since then. In the last 2.5 months, every time I go, my daughter, Yuval, Ophir, and Oren ask, "But will you come back, Mom?" Right, you're going to come back? This is our reality since the 7th of October. My name is Nira, the wife of Yossi Sharabi, sister-in-law of Eli Sharabi, who was kidnapped in Gaza. I want to thank you, everybody, for being here to listen to me. There is not a day goes by without us thinking about them. We ask ourselves the usual simple question, but are afraid to ask the real big question: are they alive? For 2.5 months, we write them every day in the notebook, each one of us, me and my daughters. We write to them what we are doing every day, so Yossi won't miss anything from each day that passed by. We are hoping and we believe that we are alive so he will have something to come back to. And what about Eli? Who will have the courage to tell him that his wife Lian and their 2 daughters, Noya, 16 years old, and Yahel, 13 years old, were murdered? $129 abductees still in Gaza, and another whole country are hostages of the Hamas. Please help us fix this reality. Help us bring them all home now. Let their families feel that they are here. Let them get back to their families and to their lovers. Please, we need them here now. Every one of them. Each time that they are not here, we are afraid that something is going to get wrong and is going to get risky for them. Please, they need our help, they need your help.
My name is Raz Matalon. I'm the brother-in-law of Eli and Yossi Sharabi. We have been always a happy family. Our children growing up on the blooming fields of בארי and many visits to our beloved family carry many beautiful memories of happy life. Kibbutz בארי was like a home for us, a home that always welcomed us with open arms. Last October, we buried 3 of our beloved family members who were brutally murdered and will forever be close to our hearts. They were buried among the corn and wheat fields surrounding the cemetery near our house. Leanne, daughter of Pete and Jill Brisley, our beloved English family, Ellie's wife and my dearest, dearest friend, was murdered in her home along with her two daughters, 16 years old Noya, a girl full of love who dreamed of working in education with children, and Yael, an adventurous girl who by the age of 13 had the time to jump out of a plane and dive in the Red Sea. God knows where she would end up later in her life. We have disappointed you, dear girls. I'm sorry you had to grow up all your life in a house where only 15 seconds separate life and death. And many times we hosted you in our home during rounds of fighting that always threatened the peace of the region. I'm sorry that we didn't see the danger outside the door, that we didn't shout enough, that we couldn't save you. Now I look at Nira's daughters and that I love so much, and I'm telling them we will never return to the blindness of October 6th. But still, I don't know how to bring your father and your uncle back home without help. I've tried everything in my power, but still 75 days, and my brothers-in-law are still being held by the most violent organizations in the history of mankind, just 5 kilometers away from home. The pain we experience in the chest now creeps into every corner of our soul. Right here, in the place where we are sitting now, we held a family party a few months ago, which in the Sharabi family way included music and singing by all the family members together. We were a happy family. I look into the eyes of our leader and plead, there is no price too high for human life. Don't let the sight of the burned houses be the end of the story. Only with the return home of all the hostages will we be able to rebuild our magnificent communities we had.
Thank you, Nira and Oraz. And now the brave boy, Ophir.
Hi, I'm Ophir Engel. 3 terrorists interned the house, 2 with guns, 1 with RPG. First thing, they shoot the dog. Then they took me into a black car. The last thing I remember is being carried away, and Yuval, my girlfriend, say I love you. They abused us mentally. They told us that the family don't want us to come back and that we are going to stay in Gaza more than here. One of the most difficult moments was when the terrorists moved us twice in absolute darkness with non-stop booms all around us. I was there, and every moment the hostages are there is danger. They have no time. Why do I get to be here and they don't? They all have to come back home, now.
Hey, pay attention. The human being lives. Take yourself together, please.
של שרעבי ולא של קידר. נו, אז מה? מה אתה מחפש? I got you. How? Because I'm a ninja. I took it off there. Because I know how this works.
רגע, דורון, לא לנתק כלום. Miami? Yeah. You took it last night? Yeah. You got both of them. Yeah. You think I left you?
Everyone, please come back. If you would like to start the tour, there was a statement we did before we're going to start. So please come. Okay.
This one, you're going to front. לא, לא. שם, שם, שם.
Everyone, to start the tour, let's gather in here. If not, we could not start the tour.
Please, all the press, come back here.
My
okay,
friend.
we will continue.
My friend.
Please, everybody, come here.
My friend. Another statement?
אני אגיד להם על הפרייבסי ועל כל הדבר.
אתה ממשיך, אני נוספת. רגע. Please, all the publication, come here. Okay, we will continue, please. Please, everybody come here. Everybody come here.
לא, אבל מפוזרים. Guys, let's gather. We want to give a statement for 7th October. And afterwards, I will take you to a tour between the devastations and the houses that people have been murdered brutally, abused and captured. If you're not going to gather, we're not going to start the tour, that it's highly important for our families and also for the world to understand. So in a 1 minute, we're going to start this, and who that is in here, and who is not, this is life. Nira, can you please come here? Nira, boy.
And please.
Hello everyone, and also host families. The hostages family also come here together that we can start the tour and give a testimony for the 7th October. If not, it will be very hard. Everyone, the house that is in front of us, this is Nira house, okay? And when we're going to go to the tour, we're going to start, you can have any Q&A with our families, that lot so much. But now, before we're going to start the tour, I would like to give you a bit macro of the story of what happened here in 7th October. First, before of everything, I would like to thank to all the families that dare encourage me as a בארי member, as someone that traumatized as well from these events in 7th October, these terror events of Hamas, to Ben-Ami family, to the Kedar family, to the Engel family, and also to the Sharabi. In 7 October, 3,000 terrorist infantry from 30 different areas of defense of Gaza. They came in here as 400 that infantry the kibbutz. For 3 days it was a big fight in here. When the strategy of Hamas is actually, when we're going to see the houses, you will see that they break the doors and they shot on the doors of the shelters. Once they did it, they also shot on the mechanism and the handle that the family locked inside. And you have to understand that the shelters are not bulletproof. This is for missiles. And once they did it, they took a tire of a car and they opened the gas of the stove. And then they rolled the tire inside. They put a powder that make the flame even harder. And then they burned the house and the people inside. The people that survived, that managed to put a towel, wet towel, down the door, they smoked out in the shelter. Once they did it, there is a window in the shelter, that there is 2 layers of the window. One is from shield, and the inner one is a regular one that is not bulletproof. So they open the window that the smoke will go out. But once they did it, the terrorists throw grenades inside the shelter. And they put them as captivity inside their own homes. And there are families that actually evacuated themselves from the window, and then they capture them, or from the shelters, or from outside in the yards. And once they did it, a lot of them have been abused, tortured, killed, raped, and all of this happened. So we cannot take it for granted that our hostages are now inside Gaza when we know how they treat us in here, what this terror attack made and traumatized our community. And now when we're going to do the tour in here, it's highly important to understand that before of it, 94 members, kids, women's, old ones, and men's have been abused and been killed at the end. There are 30 captured that they are being hostages in Gaza, that 20 come back. The two of those are bodies that we found, one of them in the Shifa hospital, another one are still missed. In the time of the start, what we needed to do, we need to filterize the ashes from the shelters to find any piece of DNA that the family could start mourn. You have to understand that no one came to help us, and we are the one that would defend ourselves when we are not unarmed. So once you go with me to the tour, one important notice. You cannot take pictures everywhere. You cannot film everywhere. I will give you permissions. I will be with the Madonna, and I will give you permission when you can film. It's highly important regarding there are peoples and family that didn't come back to their homes yet. And once they see it in the communication, in the media, they will feel vulnerable. And this is not what we want to do. We want to put awareness to the situation of what happened in here. So follow me, stay together, gather together, and let's go.
I'm not going to do it violent.
צריך להחליף כבל או זה ארוך?
לא, לא, זה ארוך. אם לא החלפת, אתה מנתק על זה כל הזמן?
לא, מה זה משנה?
מפיל כל הזמן את השידור.
לא מוצא. זה אלחוטי.
נועה, יש עליך סיגריה? איבדתי את הטבק. כל שנייה מעבד.
גם שימו לב שמצאנו גזרות ושערים על כל השבילים שמגיעים מהכביש הראשי, 232. אז כביכול, עד עכשיו חכי, כאילו לא יכולים להגיד לכמה שכאלה לבד. נתנו מידע,
They had the maps and everything. They knew that all of this is all covered by shelters. So they conquered the kindergartens, and through the kindergartens, in about 7:30 to 8 a.m., 7th October, they actually came and infantry all the houses in here. Part of them have been killed, like in here in this home. My cousin had actually been brutally murdered in here. And in the other homes, they actually captured them. But a lot of the people in here are not with us anymore. And they broke all the kindergartens in here. So they are not divided between blood to blood. Going into the left, but just a small notice in here, this is the dental pharmacy, that in here has been murdered 7 civilians. The doctor himself and his assistant went and tried who evacuated the civilians, the members of kibbutz בארי, and when they did it, they actually been murdered when they tried to save lives.
הסאונד עכשיו מהמצלמה.
תשאיר אותו פה, הוא יבוא עוד יומיים. רפי, זה מעניין אותה. אתה יודע מה עשיתי לו במוצאי שבת? אלכס, דני, אתה ראית שחייבתי לך 50%? 50% יותר ממה שהיית צריך לחייב, אחרת חייבת. אתה יודע שעמדתי בצד וחיכיתי עד שראיתי שהמקרים כפול. לא נכון. כי לא, היה 8 יסודים. אבל הגעתי חיכיתי, ראית שהגעתי וחיכיתי? לא, אתה יודע מה היינו צריכים לנסוע דני, שאתה תיסע למושב, תביא את ה-15 כן, אבל לא רצית, הצעתי. בוא נעשה את זה במותג, בוא נראה, שם אני אזכור לך, מה אתם את החשמל גם? לא, אין לך? גילי, מה, ניתקת לו את החשמל? תחזיר, מה אתה רוצה? גילי, איפה החשמל הכתוב?